Welcome to this yoga practice. Today we are going to work towards their yogi squat. This is an advanced pose, but don't be scared. We're going to work through different steps so that you can gain the range of motion and mobility to one day be able to come in this shape. It requires a lot of ankle mobility and strength, as well as hip flexibility and strength. For this, all you will need is a wall and a chair. Let's get started at the wall. So we're going to begin with some tibialis raises. For this, you're going to lean on the wall. Your hips are going to be anchored against the wall. And we're going to lift the toes up towards the legs, making sure that the legs remain straight the whole time and kneecaps and thighs engaged. If you want to make this exercise harder, you can bend forward and grab a weight, move your feet further away, or instead of leaning against your hips, you can press into your shoulder blades or shoulders into the wall and remaining straight here, lifting the legs. This requires more balance. Okay, so you might have to play around to find where you're at. We're going to go through 3 sets of 12. So sitting yourself up, hips against the wall, engaging the legs, engaging the kneecaps. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So from this first round, you might get an idea of whether or not you were too far or too close. If it was too easy, maybe step a little bit further away. And if it was too hard, this one was a little bit hard for me, I'm going to step in a little bit. Giving the ankles a rest. Okay, let's go again. Gauging the kneecaps, straight legs, and lifting up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, little rest, 10 seconds. Setting yourself up for the last round. Okay. Kneecaps engaged, straight legs. Let's go for 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's harder than it looks. 11 and 12. Good work. Now, our next exercise is going to be our calf raises. So for that, you're going to lean towards the wall, but making sure that your whole body remains straight. How far away from the wall you go depends on your calf mobility. So if you don't have a big range, you'll probably be closer. What matters here is as you lean forward, kneecaps and legs engaged, but most importantly, your whole body remains straight. If you bend forward like that, it defeats the purpose. So remaining straight, leaning forward, legs engaged. Find your depth and your range that matches your calf muscles. This feels good for me. And we're going to go for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a little rest. Here we're working our active range of motion, not just passive flexibility. Having strong calves, tibialis is going to support your ankles, which for aging, walking, running is essential. Okay, let's go for our second round. So find your depth, your range, settle in. Remembering here that you want to keep your whole body straight. And lifting for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a lot more work in the legs than it looks. Just having a little rest here for 10 seconds. And then we'll go for our last round. Yeah, strong stability in the ankles is underrated. A lot of elderly death is actually due to falling over, and that is from poor stability starting from the ankles. Probably other weaknesses, but that will be a factor. Okay, so settling into your lean for our last round here. So go to the max of your range. This means heel to the floor while preserving a straight line in your body. And lifting. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Well done. So now we're going to go into our hip mobility drills, and for this we're just going to go on the floor on the mat. Next we're going to go into our 90-90 angle. So you're going to sit with your legs in front of you like so, knees bent. You can lean backwards with your hand placed behind your back. And from here, we're just going to open the legs, so legs wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to allow the knees to fall one way and the other. So here what you're looking for is a 90-degree angle from your thigh to your shins, roughly. Okay, we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And return to center. Then you're going to come on all fours. Come up on your knees and place your right foot forward. From this shape, you're going to open or close, whichever way you want to call it, your back foot to the right. So if your right leg is forward, your right foot is turning to the right edge of your mat. Here, you want to keep your heel roughly in line with your back knee. Find a 90-degree angle and then lean forward. This is going to create range in your ankle mobility here, as well as hip flexors. And we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, so come back on your knees. And this time we're going to bring the left foot forward. So your left foot is forward. Your right foot turns towards the left edge of your mat. Bring your heel slightly in line with your back knee. And we're going to go for 10, 9, 8. Here your heel is going over toes or towards your toes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. You're going to stay down here. Don't know why I added a 0, but we'll roll with it. Staying low here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back to neutral. Okay, now we're going to go through our ATG split squat. Let's go through it. So, you might need a chair for this, you might not. I'm going to show you with a chair and then I'll show you how you can increase the load or difficulty, however you want to call it. So you're going to place your foot on the chair. Here, all that matters is your knee is going to be in line with your toes. Knee is going to go over toes. Back heel is going to be lifted. So you're not going to have your back heel on the floor, no matter which progression. Back heel is not on the floor. Back leg is straight. Kneecap engaged. So the higher you go, the easier I guess it will be. So starting from here, back leg straight, you're going to lean forward. You should feel it in the front of your leg here, of your back leg. So we're going to go through this for 12 reps, 3 sets. As you progress through this, you lower down the height for your front leg, and it'll look something like this. So making sure that your hips are parallel and in line to the top of your mat. So here, you require a lot of flexibility in the front of your leg and your hip flexors. Back leg remains straight and knee goes over toes. If you want to increase the difficulty again, you can add weights. I'm going to show you with the chair for today. We're going to go through 3 sets of 12. So getting yourself ready, starting back and going forward for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one last one. Why not? Okay, now we're going to switch legs. So if you had your right leg on the chair, you're going to put your left foot on the chair, checking that your alignments are good. Okay, and going for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and because I added one before, we're going to have to add one now. There we go. Okay, we'll just have a little 10 seconds reset and then we'll go for our second set. Okay, right foot on the chair, hips aligned, back heel and back leg engaged. Back heel is going to float off the floor as we move forward for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go straight to the other side. So if this was a good space from the chair to your foot, stay there and just place your right foot next to the left and the left onto the chair. Getting yourself with your hips aligned, getting yourself ready with your hips aligned and going forward for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. For this last set, I'm going to go to my max range. If the chair is enough for you, you can stay on the chair. If you feel like you want to try something a little bit lower, see if you have another piece of furniture that's slightly lower than your chair, maybe some blocks to lower your front leg. Let's rest it for a few more seconds. Enjoy the sun. Okay, let's go. Okie doke, let's go for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Other side. Let's get straight into it. For 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And well done. ATG split squats are done. So now we're going to go into our final shape, which is our yogi squat. For this, if you don't have the full range of motion yet, there's a few things you can do. Either grab a block that you'll be able to place under your heels, because your heels might not touch the floor yet, or other option will be to place some blocks beneath your bum, so that when you sit down, you've got an elevated surface rather than the floor to support you. So opening your feet wider than hip distance apart, and just preserving your feet are open in a slight angle here. What matters is that your knees stay in line with your toes. So sitting back as your knees open. So here, see, my heels are still in contact with the floor. This might not be accessible to you yet, that's okay. You can place something under your heel here to give you a little bit more range. Other option is if you have some blocks, you can place them under your buttocks here and sit in here. Okay, we're going to go up into our forward fold and down into a yogi squat for 10, 9, 8, 7, pressing the knees away, using those hip flexors to press those knees away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to stay low as you can, opening those knees away as much as you can, using your hip flexors for this. And we're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Thank you so much for following this routine to help you get your yogi squat. I hope you've enjoyed this. You can find a link in the bio to my Skool community, which is only for women, and it is created to support women who have been through challenges in their life to return back to themselves. I talk about yoga, mindfulness, and somatic work and interoception. Have a lovely rest of your day, morning, evening, life. Namaste.